Today we're going to look at bad combos that actually work. We're going to start it off with the Scurry Oak, a green and 2 generic 1/2 tree folk. Doesn't look so scary. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Scurry Oak, you may create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. It's got evolved, but it's not relevant to this combo. How are we going to combo off with this? Well, we got the Cathar's Crusade for a white 3 generic. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. This is an enchantment, and if you've got the Cathar's Crusade out first, and then you're going to follow it up with the Scurry Oak, then Scurry Oak enters the battlefield, then you put a +1/+1 counter on all your creatures, which includes the Scurry Oak. And then whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Scurry Oak, you may create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. So you get the token, then you get put counters on everything, which means you get to create another creature token, which means you put counters on everything, which means you get to put, and it goes on for eternity. At first I thought this is just infinite. It's just going to go on for forever, and there's going to be no end to this, because whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you're putting that counter on the creature, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. However, you may stop this combo, because it says you may create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. So, you can slow down at any moment you want, and those squirrels are going to be enormous. Absolutely busted. El Gran says, Scurry Oak combos, still a thing in Arena every now and then, but usually involves 3 cards with Prosperous Innkeeper and that White God card. Scurry Oak is actually quite a common combo card. Everyone trying to combo off with the Scurry Oak. Those damn rascals! The damn squirrels! This combo was submitted to us by the Teal Dragon shop, so thank you very much, Teal Dragon. Alright, our next combo is from Pseudo RM. We got Vorinclex. Vorinclex Monstrous Raider. For a green 4 generic, got a 6/6 trample haster. But the most relevant text on this card is if you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. What that means is when we play a Planeswalker, we're going to get double the counters. And we got Jace Cunning Castaway -5. So first off, we got the Vorinclex in play. Then we play our Jace, which will enter the battlefield with 6 loyalty. Not 3. We're starting it off with 6. And we immediately can go -5. Create 2 tokens that are copies of Jace Cunning Castaway, except they're not legendary. So you can have as many you can go infinite with the Jaces. I go -5, then I get 2 more Jaces at +6. Go -5, 2 more Jaces at +6, -5. Don't know exactly where you're gonna go with any of these things, but you will have infinite Jaces. I didn't say the combo actually had to win. Then what would happen? Okay, so you go -5, then you just have a million Jaces at 1 loyalty. And then whenever, I guess the next turn you can go +1. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player this turn, draw a card, then discard a card. You could, I guess in theory, you could loot through your entire deck immediately the following turn. Vorinclex and Tybalt off of Emergent Ultimatum in Kaldheim Standard was hilarious. How does that work? Vorinclex and Tybalt off... Oh, to get both of them? Which Tybalt you're talking about? This one? I think you're talking about this Tybalt, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we've got a super chat. We got... Oh, thank you very much, Jacob. Realm Razor plus Flash. A very good landfall combo. By all means, everyone share your very bad Magic the Gathering combos. We got Realm Razor with Flash. The Flash. Realm Razor, white, green, red, 3 generic for a 4/2 beast. When it comes into play, remove all lands from the game. Well, that's not fun. When Realm Razor leaves play, return the removed cards to play tapped under their owner's control. So what does Flash do? Oh, this is a landfall combo. So if you need a lot of lands in play, You flash in the realm. So flash is a blue 1 generic instant. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you do, sack it unless you pay its mana cost reduced up to 2. So if you just need a bunch of lands in play, you just get your Realm Razor in play, sack it. Well, but you get the Realm Razor in play. You're not even going to pay the 2 mana to keep it alive. All that was important. You remove all the lands and they come back, and then boom. Triggers galore. We got Beanpot here with Bazaar of Wonders and Spy Kit. Bazaar of Wonders and the Spy Kit. Who's spying? Okay, Bazaar of Wonders, blue with 3 generic, enchant world. Alright. When Bazaar of Wonders comes into play, remove all cards in all graveyards from the game. The ultimate graveyard hate. Whenever a spell is played, counter it if it is a card with the same name. Counter it if a card with the same name is in play or is in any graveyard. Alright. Or is in any oh, so you exile everything, and then anything new that gets played, if it's a copy of anything in the graveyard or play, gets countered. Spy Kit. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has all names of non-legendary creature cards in addition to its name. So you play your Spy Kit, equip it to a creature for 2 mana. Well, now I'm everything. And if you play anything, you get encountered. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. I love this combo. This is an amazing combo. So, well, you lock out everyone, right? It's game over. Whenever a spell is played, counter if it is a card with the same name. So are you called Fatal Push? No, you're just only creatures. Creature gets +1/+1 and has all names of non-legendary creature cards. Okay, so you just counter all the creatures effectively. Interesting. Very cute combo. We've got Approaching Calamity. Any massive mana source. What the hell does that mean? Like Black Lotus? Does Black Lotus count? Plus Sphinx Summoner. Plus Master Transmuter. Alright, so we've got our big mana source. I got the biggest mana source. Then we got the Sphinx Summoner. Black, blue, 3 generic, 3/3, flying Sphinx. When Sphinx Summoner enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact creature card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. If you do, shuffle your library. And maybe we're going to get the Master Transmuter. Blue, 3 generic, 1/2 human artificer. Pay a blue, tap, return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. You may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. So, where does this go? So you return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. I'm assuming it's the Sphinx Summoner. Enters the battlefield, you may search. Oh! So you get to look for infinite artifact creature cards. So you need like a... What do we need? We need a big mana source. We need the Gilded Lotus, right? Does anyone play this card anymore? I remember this was like a mainstay of like EDH, but now they've printed like so many amazing mana rocks. Who needs Gilded Lotus? 5 mana, add 3. Oh no, this only adds 3 mana to your mana pool. We need more mana, don't we? I don't know how to repeat. So like if we have infinite mana, we could just keep doing this. I'm assuming it's a good combo. I don't know how to go infinite with this. Yeah, when you have like 20 decks, Gilded Lotus sees play in EDH. One of those decks is going to have Gilded Lotus. Only 3 mana. Okay, what do we got here? One, each cycle gets you 2 Jaces. Use 1 to double Jace. Use the other. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm just reading an old comment, and I don't know if it makes sense. Okay, we got Muhammad. Whisper, Blood Liturgist. Oh, God, this is too many cards. Okay, hold on. I'm limiting you guys to, like, 4 cards. 5 cards is not... This is a very convoluted combo. Approaching Calamity. That's a good comp. Pilla and Grand Architect. That's a good combo. That's a very good combo. We have cryo monoxide. Hey, Nikachu, hope you had an amazing holiday. I had an amazing holiday. I hope you did as well. Thank you so much. Oh, was that only 4 cards? Oh, God. What is this? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking Whisper, Blut, Ligurgist, Molten Echoes, Teysa, and Blood Artist. That's 5 cards, isn't it? Oh. All right, here we go. I didn't know that's all one word. Okay, Whisper. Okay, Mohammed, you're getting your card. Chat saved you and did not save me. Okay, Whisper, Blood, Litgurgist. Hold on, I still have to look this up. Molten Echoes. This is some doubling card, isn't it? Oh no, I don't know what this card is. Teysa. Teysa, Orzhov, Scion, and Blood Artist. Blood Artist, I know. Who doesn't know Blood Artist? Oh, they got a new art for Blood Artist. Okay, where does this thing start? Okay, Whisper, Blood, Lidgurgist, whatever. Tap, sack 2 creatures, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So what are we going to sacrifice? Molten Echoes, as it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Whenever a non-token creature of the chosen type enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. That token gains haste, exile at the beginning of the next end step. I have a feeling these tokens are going to get sacrificed. Teysa, Orzhov, Scion. Sack 3 white creatures, remove target creature from the game. Whenever another black creature you control is put into a graveyard from play, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying into play. And then we have Blood Artist, which of course is going to, as creatures die, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So I'm assuming we're going to name Human with Whisper, Blood, Lidgurgist, and Teysa. So we play Teysa. We play Whisper, Blood, Lidgurgist. And then we're going to get the 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying into play. And then we're going to sack 2 creatures, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. But how is this supposed to work? Does anyone know? Because I imagine the idea is to sacrifice the Whisper Blood, the Whisper guy. Tap. But sacrificing 2 creatures, I would think, is like the last thing you do. The combo uses legendary rules to work. Like, but even then, how does that work? Sacrifice 3 creatures. Because you have to get that whenever a non-token creature of the chosen type enters the battlefield under your control, create a token. How do you reanimate this guy, is what I'm getting at. Like, how do you reanimate it? Whisper is to sack. Whisper sacks others, not itself. No, you can't. How do you sack this thing? How do you sack this guy? Sacrifice 2 creatures. I don't know how you can you sacrifice this? Return target, because the way I look at it, you pay costs last to activate this ability. So you're going to tap it. So you're gonna activate this. Because I think because you pay costs last. Return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. You can't. I don't think you can. You sack the original last. You won't target it. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you can't target it. Sack original Whisper. I see what you guys mean, but is this even legal? Okay, like, could you do this online? How do you okay, hold on. How do you target? Okay, let's go talk about the rules of Magic the Gathering. First step, declare what you're going to cast or what you're going to activate. Number 2, declare targets. And then last thing is you pay the costs. So what I'm trying to say is, first we're going to declare activating Whisper. Second, we got to target something. But Whisper Bloodlet Gurgist is not in the graveyard at this moment. And then at the end... but I could be wrong. Do you sack things first and then you target? Yeah, you can't target itself while sacrificing. He's not in the graveyard. This is what I'm getting at. I think this is a broken combo. Yeah, you have to target first. This combo does not work. Sorry, you're playing with an illegal combo. Yeah, you need to be in the graveyard first for the target to be valid, but you're going to sacrifice Whisper last because that's how the rules of Magic the Gathering work. I know you guys want to do, but actually this is a combo that doesn't actually work. If anyone, like if there's a judge that knows the rules even better than I do, let me know. You have to sack the spirits to revive him. Hold on. So is there a second thing? Whenever another black creature you control is put into a graveyard, sack 3 white spirits. Remove target creature from the game. Yeah, you can't do anything. I just don't even know how you get this. Hold on, there's a 4th card, right? Oh no, but the 4th card is Blood Artist. You need 2 Whisper ones in grave. Oh! Okay, that's possible. I could see that. So this is now a 5-card combo. If the combo gets this convoluted, you gotta give me a little bit more help. Because just with the 4 cards itself, it doesn't work. Okay, we did find a way to make this work. We can have a Whisper Blood Liturgist in the graveyard. And that will work. I think that would work. Because then you will revive the other Whisper Blood Liturgist. Everything now needs a spy kit. Alright. We're going to look. That took like 6 minutes to analyze. But we're going to get to more combos that actually are going to actually work. Okay, so if there's a Whisper Blood Liturgist in the graveyard, this will actually work. You just need 2 of them. So it's actually a 5-card combo. We're going to take a step to thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. If you're watching this today, December, 26th? Was it 27th? You got one day left for a boxing. Oh, is it a boxing? The Boxing Day sale, 48 hours, 20% off all singles. That's a huge sale. I wait for that sale once every single year. This is the time to get a huge deal on Magic the Gathering cards. And also, there's going to be a Boxing Week sale, so there's going to be other sealed product that's going to be available at huge door crasher prices. But if you miss the sale, don't worry, you can always use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. Not going to work with this big sale, though. You can't combo these cards because the sale's too big. 48 hours, 20% off. Get in on it. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. You want to try out Pioneer? Well, you're going to have to if you want to play in MTG Philly because that's going to be the main event there. And I will be at MagicCon Philly, and I'm play testing Pioneer decks. I've settled on my Banned Spirits, and you know how I settled on it? Because of the thanks to Mana Traders. That's what. You can support the channel renting the decks from Mana Traders using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_P9S. And I know you guys love this coupon code because a lot of people are using it. All right, let's get back to the crazy combos. Crazy convoluted combos. Good morning. Good morning, Levy. Yeah, gonna be in Philadelphia anytime now. Okay, so I think there's some super chats in between that I missed. I'm gonna check it out. Oh no, I didn't miss anything. The blue guy, Nardoto here. Tatyova, Steward of Tides, and Awakened Woods. Okay, Tatyova. Steward? Tatyova the Stew, and Awake the Woods. How does the work? Okay, Awaken the Woods. Green, green, X. Sorcery. Create X, 1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens. Okay, we're gonna make forest dryad land they get lands? So you're creating forests. You're creating dryad arbors, is what you're telling me. And then we got Tattoo of a Steward of the Tides. Land creatures you control have flying. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands, up to 1 target land you control becomes a 3/3 elemental green. 3/3 elemental. Sorry, just a 3/3 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. What the hell's the combo here? Why Stewart? They have flying. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, you control 7 or more lands. Up to 1 target land you control becomes a 3/3. That's very, very weak. Create X/1/1 green forest dryad land creature tokens. Okay, so you're going to get a bunch of forests that are... One of them will be a 3/3, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, that's a 3-card combo? Oh, Awake the Woods. Sorry, Tatiova, Steward of... Oh, is Steward the Tides a different card? Steward of Tides? No. Tatiova was the thing. I'm missing a card here. Awake the Woods, as far as I'm concerned. You're making 3/3 flying haste creatures. No, I had Tatiova, for anyone that was just jumping in. I had Tatiova. I just don't get this. Up to 1 target land you control becomes a 3/3. How do all of them, or does each land simultaneously enter the battlefield? Whatever land enters the battlefield, if you control 7 or more lands. So, like, every single one of them will trigger? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Each land will trigger into a 3/3 flying creature, and you haste and kill them all at once. Tatiova is the steward. Yeah, I get it. All right, moving on. We got Shane. We got Shane with a super chat. Grist, Maskwood Plus. Grist. Maskwood. You know, this show has turned into, like, how does the combo work? If it does work. And Forever Young. Forever Young. Okay, we have Grist, Hunger Tide. Not sure how this is supposed to work, but we have a 1/1 black insect. We create insects, can sack creatures, destroy other creatures, and planeswalkers, and each opponent loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Also has the ability, as long as Grist, Hunger Tide isn't on the battlefield, it's a 1/1 insect. In addition to its other types. Maskwood Nexus. Creatures you control are every creature type. Okay. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Then you can pay 3 tap, create a 2/2 blue shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. Seer Conrad. Whenever another creature dies or a creature is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield or a creature leaves your graveyard, Seer Conrad deals 1 damage to the opponent, and you can pay a black 1. Each player mills a card. So you okay, so each player mills a card. As long as create a 1/1 black-green insect creature token, then mill a card. If an insect card was milled this way, put a loyalty counter on Grist. No, but that doesn't combo with this. Forever Young. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library. Draw a card. I don't get this. Okay, we have a new rule. If you give me a combo, you gotta tell me what it does. Because I don't want to interpret this stuff. You gotta, like, give the long story short. You make, you get infinite creatures, or you get, like, infinite card draw, or something. Because this doesn't make any sense to me. So we put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library and draw a card? This is a sorcery. Creatures you control are every creature type. The same is true, but, like, not every card in your deck is a creature. This seems too cumbersome even for bad I know. Exactly. Alright. I don't know how this combo works, so I'm just gonna move on to the next combo. Okay, now here's one I understand. I don't even have to interpret this one. Splinter Twin. Thragtusk. We got Thrag Daddy. And Intruder Alarm. I don't know why, well, whatever. Intruder Alarm is fine. From Jacob. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jacob. Okay, we put the Splinter Twin on the Thragtusk. And actually, this is going to do several things here, right? So we tap to make a Thragtusk. Oh, no, it only makes Thragtusks. So then after we... So we're going to put Splinter Twin, by the way, Enchant a creature, tap, put a token that's a copy of this creature onto the battlefield, and it gains haste. And then we, so we put into play a Thragtusk, regain 5 life, that's nice, but Intruder Alarm says, creatures don't untap during its controller's untap steps. However, whenever a creature does come into play, untap all creatures. So we keep untapping the Thragtusk, the Thrag Daddy with the Splinter Twin, and we retap it to put more Thragtusks in play. We put infinite Thragtusks and kill our opponent. Love it. Mitch with the super chat. Pre-Simeon ban, but still post, what's it called? You can still play it outside of competitive Magic. Pre-Simeon ban, I devised a Grizzle Dredge combo, reanimated Grizzlebrand, and draw plus dredge the deck using draw until Conflagrate was in my graveyard, then exile Simeon to flashback Conflagrate for 30 damage. How did you do that? Reanimate, I devised a Grizzle Dredge combo, reanimate Grizzlebrand. Okay, so your combo is reanimate Grizzle. Oh, I see what you want to do. Okay, so we have Grizzlebrand in play. Normally, you'll just win if you have the Grizzlebrand in play. Normally that should be enough. Hold on, where is... Don't know how to hide this. Okay, I see your combo. Get Grizzlebrand in play. Who knows how you're going to do that. Then you have, like, a Golgari Grave Troll. You have a bunch of Dredgers, and then as you gain 7 life to draw 7 cards, you're going to dump your entire deck into the graveyard until you have Conflagrate there. Have Conflagrate in the graveyard. And then from there, you just draw the rest of your deck till you have Simeon Spirit Guide. And then your graveyard should have enough cards in the graveyard to Conflagrate for victory. And there's 2 Simeon Spirit Guides should work. That does work! Takes a lot of work, but it will work. Approaching Calamity again. Death Baron plus Deathbringer Thoracle? Death Baron. Yeah, another episode of explaining combos to Nikachu. I have no problem with that. What is this combo? You have Deathbringer Thoctor. This is a 2-card combo? Black-red 4 generic zombie beast 3/3. Whenever another creature dies, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Deathbringer Thoctor. Remove a +1/+1 counter from Deathbringer Thoctor. Deathbringer Thoctor deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So whenever a creature dies, you get a counter. You can remove a counter, deal 1 damage to target creature. And then we have Death Baron. Skeletons you control and other zombies you control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. So like basically you can. Is it a pinging thing? Remove a counter, deal 1 damage. I think it's just you're making a pinger. As far as I'm concerned, whenever another creature dies, you may put. Oh, it's any creature. That's a sick combo. That's any creature. Whenever another creature dies, so you're gonna kill something. Oh, that's a great one. Infinite kill everything. Because it has Death Touch, right? Other zombies get Death Touch. So you remove the counter, ping, kill it, it's dead, and then that thing dies, so you get another counter on this creature, and then you just keep killing things until for forever. I love this. Yeah, no creatures for you. It's the end of the creatures. It's the end of the line. What do we got? We got August. Words of Wisdom. Or sorry, Words of Wish. Words of Worship. And Well of Lost Dreams. I like it when it's like 3 cards or less. I'm not opposed to 4-card combos, but some of them are insane. How does this start? Words of Worship. White 2 generic enchantment. Pay 1. The next time you would draw a card this turn, you gain 5 life instead. So if you were trying to draw a card, you gain life. And then Well of Lost Dreams. 4 mana. Artifact. Whenever you gain life, you may pay X, where X is less than or equal to the amount of life you gained. If you do, draw X cards. Next time you would draw a card this turn, you gain 5 life. So instead of gaining 5 life, you then... I don't know where this goes. Oh, you force the card draw. So you basically, if you have infinite mana, you could go for forever, actually. So this is, the next time you would draw a card, you gain 5 life. But instead, you're going to gain the 5 life, and now you could draw the cards. So before you're only drawing 1 card, now you can draw up to 5 cards. And then some of those cards, instead of some of those cards, you could gain more life to then draw more cards. This is like, if you have infinite mana, I think you can draw infinite cards, right? And gain infinite life at the same time. You pay 6 and draw 5, yes. But if you have, or you could opt to gain some life. And then whenever you gain life, you may, oh no, hold on, I think you're only, maybe this is not going to work. You just draw a bunch of cards, right? So pay 1, next time you would draw a card, you gain 5 life. No, but then whenever you try to draw cards here, yeah, you could, if you have infinite mana, you could just go for forever. Sweet. Sweet combo. I like that one. Oh, we've got the MG Fox. Opalescence and Parallax Wave. Exile all opponent's creatures or infinite flicker and ETB of your stuff. Sounds disgusting. Opalescence and Parallax Wave. I think I remember. Is this how each other global enchantment is a creature with power and toughness equal to its converted mana cost? It's still an enchantment. Oh, Parallax Wave has Fading 5. Remove a Fading counter, exile target creature. When Parallax Wave leaves the battlefield, each player returns to the battlefield all cards he or she owns exiled with Parallax Wave. Yeah, you can infinite flicker. You like, okay, everything's a creature, right? Because of Opalescence. So Parallax Wave is a creature. All enchantments are creatures. Each other non-aura enchantment is a creature in addition to its other types. What's wrong with the auras? Why can't the auras become creatures? But the point is, Parallax Wave is a creature now, and you can exile itself. But then when you exile itself, it comes back, and then comes back with everything else. Infinite flickering, yep. Infinite ETBs, I like that one. GWJ. Magda, Brazen Outlaw, Maskwood, Nexus, and Asika's Chariot. Why is this? Oh no, it's, we just have one. Okay, Magda. Everything are dwarves. Crew the chariot, making treasures. Sack treasures. Play Zorn Chariot. Thank you. I appreciate it. Asika's Chariot. And Zorn? I don't even know what this card is. Okay, Zorn. Red, 2 generic, elemental. If you would create 1 or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional treasure token instead. Well, maybe not instead. Just make an additional treasure token. It's a 3/2 creature. So the idea is everything are dwarves. Crew the chariot, making treasures. If you create 1 or more treasure tokens, create those tokens plus an additional treasure. Oh, whenever a Asika's Chariot attack, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. Everything's a dwarf, thanks to Maskwood Nexus, and then Magda, Brazen Outlaw. Other dwarves you control get +1/+0. Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token, which will be Magda. Sack 5 treasure tokens, search your library for an artifact or dragon card. Okay, so everything are dwarves. Crew the chariot, making treasures. So we're going to crew the chariot, but it's crew 4. Okay, so we're going to crew it partially with Magda. We make a treasure token. Oh, you want me to sack the treasures to play Zorn and Chariot? How does this start? You're just making a bunch of treasures, crewing the chariot over and over and over, and you tutor out whatever creature you want. But I don't understand how you crew it over and over again. Creatures you control every creature type. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, so the green cat creature tokens are also dwarves. Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped in. Ah, I got it. I figured it out in the end. Okay, so the green cat creature tokens are dwarves, and they will crew the damn thing, and that they will make a lot of artifacts. Tap the dwarf cats. Exactly. Sweet. Very cute combo. Okay, what do we got? We got John here. Thank you so much, John. Opposition agent. Assuming it's opposition agent. Selective memory. Hive Mind. Oh my, what's gonna happen? Are we all gonna exile our graveyard or some? What? Search your library for any number of non-land cards, exile them, then shuffle your library. Oh boy. Okay, so you're gonna remove a bunch of stuff from your opponent's decks. Black 2 generic flash. You control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. So you want to play. So you're gonna have Hive Mind out, which means whenever you play Hive Mind, everyone's gonna cast Selective Memory. So you play Selective Memory. Everyone gets a copy of Selective Memory because Hive Mind copies it for everybody else. Search your library for any number of non-land cards, exile them, then shuffle your library. So you're gonna search all your friends' decks and exile everything except the lands. What a disgusting combo. Unbelievable. So they know they're just gonna flood out for the rest of the game. That's a beautiful combo. Let's get my seal of approval. We got RG with the super chat. Fall for the Thran. And Remorseful Cleric. Oh, fall. Oh, sorry. I'll fall of the Thran. Remorseful Cleric. Okay, how's this gonna work? White, 1 generic, 2/1, flying, sack it, exile cards from target player's graveyard. Follow the Thran. Chapter 1, destroy all lands. Chapter 2, each player returns 2 land cards from their graveyard to the battlefield. Sack it, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Destroy all lands, each player returns 2 land cards from their graveyard to the battlefield. So, oh, okay, so I get it. First you blow up the lands, and then you tell your opponent, no, you don't have any lands in your graveyard. Only I have lands in my graveyard. I got it. And then slow, so you Armageddon, but only you're the only one that's going to get the lands back onto the battlefield. Sweet. Sweet, simple combo. We got Shane. Simpler bad combo. Velomachus. I can tell you for certain, any combo is not simple when it's Velomachus. And Penance. The hell is this? White 2 generic. Choose a card from your hand and put that card on top of your library. Prevent all damage from a black or red source. Choose a card from your hand and put that card on top of your library. Prevent all damage from a black or red source. Then we have Velomachos. Whenever Velomachos attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to Velomachos' power. From among them, without paying its mana cost, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So you're basically choosing some disgusting big card in your hand that you want to play. Nice combo. Although, like, you know, what do you prefer to play off of your Velomachos? Voitek. Okay, we got a 4-card Jank Supreme here. Chandra, Fire Artisan. Luxior. Gaida's Gift. The Ozolith. And Release to the Wind. Much like many of my own farts. Release to the Wind. Oh, and look at the gratification. Didn't want to do it inside where everyone would hear it and smell it, but he's outside and he just... To the wind! To the wind it goes. Blue 2 generic instant. Exile target non-land permanent for as long as that card remains exiled. Its owner may cast it without paying its mana cost. Here and gone like a fleeting breeze. Exactly. Sometimes merfolk have gas. What can we say? Okay, so how does this work with anything? What does it even do? Chandra, Fire Artisan. Whenever one or more loyalty counters are removed from Chandra, she deals that much damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Exile the top card of your library. You can play it this turn, and you can also... but we can double it up. We're gonna double the counters much faster with the Ozolith, because whenever a creature you control leaves the battle... Oh no, it's whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on the Ozolith at the beginning of combat on your turn. If the Ozolith has counters on it, move it to... You may move all counters from the Ozolith to target creature. This is another one. I don't know what this does. Exile target non-land permanent for as long as it remains exiled. Its owner may cast it without paying its mana cost. So you're gonna blink your Chandra, I guess. I don't know how this works. I just don't know how this works. And you have Luxior here? What are you even putting this on? Okay, you can equip the Planeswalker. Equip creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on. Equip permanent is it a Planeswalker? Oh, it becomes... Okay. So first, Luxior will equip to the Chandra. Fantastic. Loyalty abilities can still be activated. We can blink the damn thing with Release to the Wind. So what, like the Planeswalker counters move to the Ozolith? And then whenever you, so you blink it. Oh, okay, finally I got it. First, Chandra. Equip Chandra with Luxior Guide as Gift. Next, blink the Chandra with really... Sorry, I guess next you have to have the Ozolith out. And whenever a creature leaves the battlefield, you put counters from that creature onto the Ozolith, and then you can put them back on the creature. Then you play Release to the Wind, targeting Chandra. You're going to blink it, which means... Those counters go to the Ozolith, then the counters can go back to Chandra, and then you can go -7, exile the top 7 cards of your library, you may play them this turn. Great. Holy crap. It works! It is a bad combo that works. That's all that matters to the show. We have Broman with Grizzlebrand, Horizon Chimera, and draw infinite cards. Love it. And Horizon Chimera. Thank you for explaining your combo. Horizon Chimera, blue, green, 2 generic, 3/2, flash, flying, trample. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 1 life. Oh! That is simple. That is a simple combo. So you pay 7 life, draw 7 cards, but then you drew 7 cards. You gain 1 life for each card that you drew. So you can just draw infinite. I love that combo. And it's easy to explain. Thank you so much for sharing it. MG Fox is back. Affeto Alchemist. Affeto... Illusionists. Bracers? And Codex Shredder? Okay, Codex Shredder, I understand. Mill cards, you can sack it, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Illusionist's Bracers, whenever an ability of equipped creature is activated, if it isn't a mana ability, copy that ability. You may choose new targets for the copy. Whenever an ability of an equipped creature is activated, if it isn't a mana ability. Whenever an ability of equipped creature, oh, it's an equipment itself, is activated, if it isn't a mana ability, we're going to copy it. So what are we copying? We're going to copy untap, artifact, or creature. If it isn't a mana ability, copy that ability. Oh, I get it. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to get 2 triggers of untap, target, artifact, or creature. And we're going to code... So we're going to... One of them is going to be used to untap the Codex Shredder to mill our opponent's cards, and then the other one is going to be used to untap the Affeto Alchemist. Love it. Nice and simple. Or straightforward. I understand this combo. Combos Nikachu understands. Nikachu is very happy with. Beautiful. Okay, what do we got? We got some freebies down here. Okay, Mr. Deadhead is trying very hard to tell us about the Lifeline. Phyrexian Dreadnought. And Pandemonium. Pandemonium. Creatures enter the battlefield. They deal damage equal to, what, their power? Yep, to power. So Phyrexian Dreadnought enters the battlefield. I guess it's going to deal 12 damage. And Lifeline. Whenever a creature is put into the graveyard and a creature is in play, return that creature from your graveyard to play at end of turn. So as long as there's another creature in play, we're going to get our Dreadnought back and deal the other whatever damage. Oh, this will just keep going on for forever. Whenever a creature is put into a graveyard and a creature is in play, return that. That's an infinite combo. Doesn't that just go infinite? So you'll just deal 12 damage, it dies, then it comes back, then it'll die. Whenever it comes into play, sacrifice any number of creatures with total power 12 or more, or bury Phyrexian Dreadnought. Well, I'll just keep burying this thing. So as long as there's one creature in play, whenever a creature is put into play from the into graveyard, yeah, it's just an infinite combo. Wow, that is neat. It's mostly with artifacts. I like that combo. I love it. Chris with the super chat. Words of Wind, Mana Vault, Soul Ring, Jiora, Infinite Bounce, and Mana, and you can put like an Alhara Madarat's Archive what into play. Okay, Words of Wind, Mana Vault. Do you need Mana Vault? Soul Ring. So we got a lot. We got mana. We're gonna need a lot of mana. Jiora Weatherlight. Okay, so what we want to do is infinite bounce and mana. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. This is a historic spell, is it not? Draw cards off of that. We also Mana Vault does some good stuff. But the words of the Wind. Blue 2 generic enchantment. Pay 1. The next time you would draw a card this turn, each player returns a permanent he or she controls to its owner's hand. So this is infinite. You said infinite bounce. I mean, you're bouncing your artifacts, right? Oh, and do you not have infinite card draw as well? So you get infinite mana because every single time this thing enters the battlefield, you can tap it for 3 mana. And next time you would draw a card this turn, each player returns a permanent. Or how does that work? So, oh no, if you would draw a card, is that how this works? Next time you would draw a card this turn, each player returns a permanent or he or she controls to its owner's hand instead. Ah, okay, instead. So you're not going to draw the card. So you play your Mana Vaults and Soul Rings, and then you just pay the mana to put it back into your hand instead of drawing the card. So infinite mana, infinite bounce with artifacts. Cool. Noah. Thanks so much, Noah. Abdel Adrian with Cadric Soul Kindler. Cadric Soul Kindler with the Ugin Nexus. Ugin's Nexus, 5 mana. If a player would begin an extra turn. Nope. Skip that turn instead. If Ugin's Nexus would be put into a graveyard from the battlefield, instead exile it and take an extra turn. Who doesn't want extra turns? Cadric Soul Kindler. The legend rule doesn't apply to token creatures you control. Whenever a non-token legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay a 1. If you do, create a token that's a copy of it. Gains haste, sack it at the beginning of the next end step. And then Abdel Adrian. When Abdel Adrian, Gorion's Ward enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents you control until Abdel Adrian leaves the battlefield. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each permanent exiled this way, and you choose a background. Enters the battlefield, exile any number of non-land permanents you control. Okay, this is... How does this thing work, Noah? How does this work? Whenever another non-token legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay 1. If you do, create a token that's a copy of it. Are we making copies of any legendaries? What does this have anything? This is the plot twist I don't get. What does this thing do? Do you have to scream, Adrian? I do. There we go. Abdel exiles his copy, makes an endless loop. What does this have to do with it? What does the Ugin's Nexus? Okay, Abdel exiles his copy. When Abdel Adrian enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents you control. You're gonna exile Abdel Until Abdel leaves the battlefield, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each permanent exiled this way. So we make... What? Okay, so... Oh... We exile the Ugin Nexus. But it has to... But it needs to be put into the graveyard. When it would... if Ugin's Nexus would be put into a graveyard from the battlefield, instead exile it. I don't understand how this works. Abdel exiles copies. Can someone be more specific? There we go. Pejman here. You exile Abdel and the original Nexus. Okay. And then end of turn, sacrifice Troken. Who's Troken? Oh, sorry. Exile the end of turn, sacrifice token, Nexus. Get an extra turn, and then the real Abdel and Nexus come back into play and you start over. Did anyone follow that? I need to, like, stare at this thing for a very long time. You can't force draws like that? I don't think this is forcing a draw. Gorian targets the copy of Nexus you need to turn. Not sure if it works with the token rule. No, but there's, Kadric says the legend rule doesn't apply to tokens you control. Whenever another non-token legendary permanent enters the battlefield and you control, you can pay 1. If you do create a token that's a copy of it, that token gains haste, sack it at the beginning of the next end step. So you get, like, the legend rule doesn't apply. If everyone out there understands, then that's all that matters. Okay, moving on. We got Seraph here with Asarek. Hold on, Asarek the Arc. Whatever this is. Asarek. Is this an actual card? Yeah, the Archleech, Heartless Summoning. Carnival of Souls. Demon's Horn. It's too hard. It's too early today for these convoluted combos. But I appreciate everyone super chatting them. Okay, Demon's Horn. Very simple card. Whenever a player plays a black spell, you may gain 1 life. Carnival of Souls. Whenever a creature comes into play, you lose 1 life and you add 1 black mana to your mana pool. So I guess you're just gonna sort of compensate yourself somewhere. Heartless Summoning. Creature spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. And creatures you control get -1/-1. Then we have Asarek the Archlich. So you're going to be able to play this for a single black mana is what you're trying to tell me? Whenever a creature comes into play, you lose 1 life, you add a mana. So you can do this for forever. So you can play Asarek the Archlich for forever. And you can keep going through dungeons. So without reading this, and whenever it attacks, whatever, attacking it doesn't matter. You're going to get infinite value from if you haven't completed the Tome of Annihilation, return Asarek the Archlich to its owner's hand and venture into the dungeon. But it's going to cost 1 mana, thanks to Heartless Summoning. And for 1 mana, when it enters the battlefield, you're going to lose a life and gain a black mana. But don't worry about losing that life, because you're going to gain a life every single time you cast this card. See, even that's a combo that I understand. I love it. We can rename the stream to Bad Combos That Nikachu Will Have to use at Philly MagicCon. No, I'm not using any of these. I'm not using any of these combos there. Absolutely not. Combos that only exist in Commander. That's for sure. Okay, we got Alvarez, Brago, King Eternal. The Brago. King Eternal. Strionic Resonator. And Soul Ring. Why Soul Ring? Tried the combo on Magic the Gathering Online. It's a little bit finicky. Basically, infinite blinking. Thank you very much for letting me know. So Brago, flying, when it deals combat damage to a player, exile any number of target non-land permanents you control, then return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control, so you get to blink. And Strionic Resonator says, pay 2, tap, copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. and Soul Ring. So you pay 2 mana for this. Ah, so you can infinite. Okay, so it's gonna trigger to exile stuff, and you can copy the trigger. So you copy the trigger that you exile anything. You blink it. So you're going to blink your Soul Ring and your Strionic Resonator. They get blinked. They come back, and the original trigger is still on the stack. So you get to copy it again. See, another combo that I get. I understand combos. As long as it's straightforward. You know what's one problem? Is if you give me a card, or if you give me several cards with 2 abilities, I'm going to be reading, like, all the abilities on the cards, trying to figure out, oh, okay, how does ability 2 work with ability 1? Oh, it doesn't work. Whereas with this is straightforward. There's only 3 lines. There's only, like, every card has only 1 line of text. So they all have to work with each other, with the exception of the flying on Brago King Eternal. You know what I mean? Okay, we got Flonino here with the Biovisionary. You're a visionary, Biovisionary. And Cryptic Dreams. Biovisionary. At the beginning of the end step, if you control 4 or more creatures named Biovisionary, you win the game. Myojin of Cryptic Dreams. When it enters the battlefield with it enters the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it if you cast it from your hand. Who casts things from their hands these days? Remove an indestructible counter from Myojin of Cryptic Dreams. Copy target permanent spell you control 3 times. 3 times? So we got oh wow, that's a simple combo. That's a simple one and done. At the beginning of your end step, you control 4 or more creatures named Biovisionary, you win the game. What a cheaty way of winning the game here. Cryptic Dreams. These are all going to be Biovisionaries lining up over here. What a neat combo. Finally, someone made Biovisionary work. And work very well. David J with the super chat. Natural Affinity. Nature's Revolt. Aggravated Assault. Oops. Where'd I go? Aggravated Assault. For infinite attack phases, add mana for Assault and untap them with Assault. I think I've seen stuff similar to this. So we have Natural Affinity. Until end of turn, all lands become 2/2 creatures that are still lands. Nature's Revolt. All lands are 2/2 creatures that are still lands. Huh? All lands are 2/2 creatures that are still lands. So this is just a set. All lands are 2/2 creatures that are still land. Okay. Do we need the 3 cards? Then pay red, 3 generic. Untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. Play this ability only anytime you could play a sorcery. Add mana for Assault and untap them with Assault. Yes. Okay, so all your creatures. So you untap all the creatures. I get it. Okay, do we need the 3 cards though? Or is this like it's a 2-card combo effectively. So Nature's Revolt, all lands are 2/2 creatures, and so if you have enough mana, you get infinite attacks and effectively infinite mana to repay the Aggravated Assault, because the lands are creatures. So you tap the lands to untap them and gain an additional combat phase. So infinite attacks and infinite attacking basically. I like that combo. Noah! Okay, we got another one. I couldn't understand your last one. We have, what is this? Val Candle Keep? Umbra Mantle. Okay, that card I know. And Essence Depleter. Devoid. Target. We have an activated ability of colorless and 1 generic. A target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Equipped creature has pay 3, untap. This creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. And then Val Candlekeeper Vigilance. An amount of colorless equal to Val Candlekeeper creature's toughness. This mana can't be spent to cast spells from your hand. Choose a background. No problem. Okay, so this thing gets bigger. Is this infinite mana just by itself? So you're going to tap, add mana, but then we need, maybe we just have to initially pay the untap on this thing, and it gets bigger. Then we can tap it for at least 3 mana, add amount of colorless equal to its toughness. Oh no, you just get 3 mana immediately. So we have infinite mana with Umbra Mantle and Val Candlekeeper Research. I never saw this card. Looks like a new combo. And then with that combo, you can then just pay infinite mana to make opponents lose 1 life and you gain 1 life and kill them. I've never heard of this 2-card combo. This 2-card infinite mana. Is this a new card? Boulder's Gate. Somewhat new. Okay. Interesting. The Umbra Mantle gets more mana. You get exponentially more mana. Just keeps going up. Flonino with the super chat. Siona, Captain, and Shielded by Faith. Whoops, where do I go? Shielded by Faith.
I didn't get that.
Okay, enchant creature has indestructible. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may attach Shielded by Faith to that creature. Indestructible. So you want to make Siona Captain of the Pyles indestructible. Enters the battlefield, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an aura card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, so you can actually find the indestructible aura. Whenever an aura you control becomes attached to a creature you control, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you may attach Shielded by Faith to that creature. So we create the token, the aura moves. Whenever an aura you control becomes attached to a creature. Oh, so we keep getting infinite creatures as this aura moves around. That's interesting. And that's an infinite combo. So we may attach it. So attach to the 1/1, create another 1/1. Attach to a 1/1, create another 1/1. Okay, looks like there's a lot of you guys still with the super chat, so we got to keep going. Got to keep this show going. Broman, Soul Herder. By the way, thanks for the super chat. Soul Herder. I hate this card. Salvager of Secrets. Time Warp. Blink. And Blink Salvager of... Oh, sorry. Okay, Blink Salvager of Secrets with Soul Herder to have infinite turns. Okay, okay, we're blinking Salvager of Secrets for infinite turns. So Soul Herder blinks stuff at end of turn, only at the end step. Salvager of Secrets. Enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. So we take an extra turn. Oh, I see. Okay, you play your... Okay, turn 1. Step 1, play the Time Warp. Step 2, blink your Salvager of Secrets with your Soul Herder, and then it's basically an you can't do anything about this combo. It's basically combo for forever. Infinite turns. I get it. Step 1, Time Warp. Step 2, play your Soul Herder, then your Salvager of Secrets. Blink Salvager of Secrets, get Time Warp back. Go to your next turn, play your Time Warp, and do it all over again. What's next? We got Approaching Calamity. Me again, Bloodline Pretender, Scoot Swarm, Bloodline Pretender. Scoot Swarm is a hell of a combo card. Does anyone, like, feel disgusted when they see Scoot Swarm enter the battlefield? You're like, oh, here comes some really convoluted combo with a lot of tokens and stuff on the battlefield. Iridescent Horn Beetle. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 green insect creature token for each +1/+1 counter you've put on creatures under your control this turn. Oh god. Hold on, does it do anything big? So Scoot Swarm is whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If you control 6 or more lands, create a token that's a copy of Scoot Swarm. And then Bloodline Pretender. Choose a creature type. Whenever another creature of the chosen type enters the battlefield under your control, you put a counter on Bloodline Pretender. Only the Pretender? Beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 green insect creature token for each counter. I see the synergy, but I don't see how it goes infinite. Whenever another creature... So you basically make a bunch of insects, as far as I'm concerned. And then you get a bunch of counters? Create a 1/1 green insect creature token for each counter that you put on creatures. Oh, I see. So then you put a bunch of... Okay, put counters on Bloodline Pretender. But because you put counters on Bloodline Pretender... you get green insect creature tokens. But because you get green insect creature tokens, whenever another creature of the chosen type enters the battlefield under your control, put a counter on Bloodline Pretender. Is the Scoot Swarm necessary? Like, is that even a... There's any point to that card? Beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 green insect creature token for each counter. I guess you need something to trigger it. But then Iridescent Hornbeetle basically triggers it. Right? Yeah, we do get infinite counters. As a Scoot Swarm player, yes, I feel disgusted with myself, but by any means necessary. Yeah, I was just asking, does anyone get disgusted by Scoot Swarm? Because this is like, someone's gonna do something really convoluted. Like this is it's even convoluted on like Arena. I scoop to scoot so you don't have to. I scoop to scoot if I don't have a sweeper. I hate Scoot Swarm. Everyone hates Scoot Swarm. Blue Bomber with the super chat. Aurelia the War Leader. A Darkar Valkyrie. And Goblin Bombardment. Infinite combat and damage. Flying Vigilance. Whenever target creature other than a Darkar Valkyrie dies this turn, return that card to the battlefield under your control. So Aurelia the World. Oh, I see. So you're gonna sack the Aurelia. So Aurelia, whenever it dies, it's gonna come back to the battlefield. Flying Vigilance haste. This is a very unique combo. Whenever it attacks for the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. So first, to give protection, or I don't know, protection to your Aurelia, the War Leader. Then I guess attack, then sack it to the Goblin Bombardment, and when it dies, return to the battlefield. And we got a fresh Aurelia. Then we get to untap all our creatures, which means a Darkar Valkyrie, and then we get to tap, give Aurelia, you know, the ability, attack again with Aurelia. Sack Aurelia, deal 1 damage. What a funny combo. Nice combo, Blue Bomber. Okay, is there anything I missed? I don't think I missed any super chats. You guys gave me a lot of super chats. I really appreciate it. You guys are great. Words of Might, I got that one. You guys had so many super chats. I'm just so paranoid that I missed one, but I don't think I did. Okay, looks good. If there's a problem, you let me know in chat. Maybe I missed one, but that's gonna be it for the show today. As usual. Whoops, where am I? I'm lost. All right, thank you very much for joining me. Oh my God, those combos. If you want to be here for those terrible combos, you got to be here Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thank you very much for all your support. It's because of your support that I show up every morning. The super chats. Thanks for becoming members of the channel, and also anyone who's become a patron on Patreon. Links to support the channel in the description below. But most importantly, thank you guys for showing up every morning, because without you guys, I'm useless. This show is nothing without you guys. You guys are everything. All right, have a good day, Nikachu in chat. Thank you very much, Twisted Mind Studios. Thank you very much, Jacob. Thank you very much, Lauren, for being here. And as usual, keep brewing up those coffees, everyone, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you at the next